is we're transferring information. I like to really break it down to the most simple possible understanding is that we're transferring information. Okay. That's it. Just like if I were to, I don't know, tell Faustin about a new social media app. I wouldn't, if I wasn't emotionally or financially attached to the app, my pitch may be a little bit different if I wasn't financially or emotionally attached. And so he would perceive that as a genuine approach or, as a sales pitch. And so what we do should be extremely simple. And if anybody has their mic unmuted, if you can mute out, just it's creating a little background noise. So I appreciate you. But if we can keep the idea, so simple that all we're doing is sharing the fact that IML exists with other people, and try to emotionally detach yourself from the money and try to emotionally detach yourself from the outcome. I tell people don't be emotional when they say yes, and don't be emotional when they say no. Just be that messenger. The message is already created. Chris Terry made a decision, and that's the message that we have to share. Just be the messenger. So if we're coming from that angle, that philosophy, that all we have to do is explain that there's 6 amazing products, and there's different products that cater to different needs and different products that cater to different people, then, naturally it's just a game of sifting and sorting. And I even break it down to, hey, look, there's 4 types of people. Some of you guys have heard me use this before, and I love it. It's amazing close. There's 4 types of people. Number 1, you're not interested. Number 2, you're a customer. Number 3, you're a customer that wants free product. And number 4, you're somebody who sees a vision beyond 2. I don't talk about network marketing. I don't talk about IML like it's a normal network marketing company, because it's not. Not that I'm stuck up, my nose is in the air, and I think we have the best thing in the world in sliced bread. But the truth is, we are a little bit different in the fact that our customers overpower our IBOs, and very rarely does that happen. There's a few great companies that I'm a customer of that I won't get into tonight, but they're companies that customers overpower the IBOs. IML is one of those companies, and it's very rare that in a service-based company, the services are so good that you don't need to recruit to get an outcome. You don't need to recruit to get a value. I love that. There's great service-based companies where you can get value, but you cannot make money without recruiting. Met with a young girl from ACN tonight, and she's having a lot of success. She's excited. But again, the customers cannot make money without recruiting. So, obviously she's going to stay in ACN. I never try to rip anybody away from their company, but we had a great conversation. And she said, wow, that is pretty powerful, because if people do want to make money, obviously they have to go out and tell people. So, I believe that you keep it simple in iMarkets Live. And so the game plan really is just getting people in front of that information. I can tell what your paycheck's going to look like in the next 30, 60, 90 days by looking at your day-to-day calendar. If you show me your calendar tomorrow, I can tell you what rank you'll be at in 90 days if you're consistent. One of my mentors told me a long time ago, the law of 90 days. And I actually haven't talked about this in a long time, but it's really very powerful. And it just popped into my head now. But in my first 2 years in network marketing, I always used to live off this principle that whatever I'm doing today will reflect in my business 90 days from now. So truly, I understand the concept that I get onto this call and I'm helping you guys, and you're learning things, and I'm going to give you some takeaways. But whatever we do tonight will reflect in your business in roughly 90 days from now. So it could be 60, it could be 180. So you got to always remember that if you take action today, that action will reflect in 90 days, which means if you take action tomorrow, that action will reflect in 91 days. And if you take action the day after, it will reflect in 92 days. So really, if you're not where you want to be, then 90 days ago, you weren't taking the appropriate action necessary. So start today. taking the appropriate action and saying, did what I do today set me up for success in 90 days? Well, if you do something today that's productive, and you do something tomorrow that's productive, and you do something the next day and the next day and the next day, in 90 days, you're going to get a productive result every single day, which is why I'm always preaching consistency with people, whether it's for your trading or for your building. Consistency is the raw centerpiece, the raw, uncut centerpiece to every result that you'll ever get. I look at individuals that are on this call. I look at individuals that I admire. I look at athletes and, people that I really have a tremendous amount of respect for in our world. And they're consistent. You look at, artists like Drake or, movie stars or just unbelievable people like, Kevin Hart and The Rock and, Will Smith. And there's just so many great people. We define them by not what they've done once. See, nobody loves Will Smith because he made a song, I'm Going to Miami, and he was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. People love and respect Will Smith because Fresh Prince, he had a nice, successful little rap career, whatever you want to call it. Then he went into doing movies, and he had some incredible movies. And now he's, he's Will Smith. You get it? He's been consistent. And so how are people going to perceive you? And I started to realize this, that people love Michael Jordan not because he won one time, but because he always was winning and he was always consistent. And so there's a million examples that I can give you guys, and you'll really go, wow. It's the same thing with fitness, and it's absolutely the same thing with your trading and with your business, that if you are a consistent person, people will respect you. And it's going to be consistent over not 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, but guys, be consistent over a few years. Doug actually said something that makes me feel good, because if you go back in my social media for the last 5 years, you're going to find the same thing. I even go back 4 years ago and I go, wow, I forgot how consistent I really have been. For 4 straight years, I post almost every day on social media, and I'm giving out a really good vibe and just trying to give people value and a good idea of who I am. So consistency is massive, guys. And I think, the game plan of execution is, if you're going to do something, don't just do it once. If you're going to do 1 3-way call, or you're going to go prospect 10 people, or you're going to go, do a home event or a launch event, or you're going to be productive or whatever, don't just do it one time. Make the decision to do it, but to do it for real, to do it because you really want to do it and because you really want a long-term result. And that's really the secret formula for how, Matt and I were able to go from, $1,000 a month in the industry for 2 years to, $2,000 a month, and then $4,000 a month, and then, $12,000 a month. And over the course of time, I cannot tell you guys that dozens, if not hundreds of leaders have literally said, we've watched your consistency, we've watched your courage, we've watched your leadership, and we're choosing to come partner with you above anybody else in the industry because of that. Guys, you don't have to be the best speaker, the best trader, the best looking. You don't need to make the most money. People ultimately in your life will respect you if you're consistent. And there's really nothing more that I could beat to death with any single person. But when people come to me and they want results, I tell them, just continue to be consistent, because the universe will reward you when you're ready to be rewarded. The universe will bring you what you're looking for when you're ready for what you're looking for, right? When you want Chairman 10, that's great. But sometimes you want things that you're not ready for. And the universe knows that. So you won't get rewarded, because if you get something, pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. If you get something that you're not deserving of or that you're not ready for, you will lose it. I have friends who have made a lot of money in network marketing, but they've lost it and never been able to get it back. They've never been able to duplicate it again because they didn't pay close enough attention to how they got there the first time. Or they got there the first time based upon certain principles that were not necessarily maybe with integrity or not based off consistency. They had that flash in the pan success, but weren't able to capitalize on it again. And I don't want that for you guys. I would rather teach anybody who's affiliated with me, you guys are affiliated with me and affiliated with my organization. I take the responsibility to help you become absolute beasts and savages in network marketing and absolute beasts and savages in trading. You could take what I talk about and put it into your trading and go dominate. And that's why I always teach from a neutral standpoint. I'm not the guy who's going to get on and go tell you to recruit the whole world, because I have a bigger vision for IML. IML to me is a trading education platform that we're going to try to make the best thing ever. And the only way we're going to do that is by putting a good chunk of our focus on the products. And I really respect Faustin, because we were on a call about 6 days ago or so, right before I left for tour. And, he was telling me how he's having some awesome breakthroughs with trading, and he had some really great aha moments. And, Faustin's primarily a marketer, but he made sure it was so important to him to really dominate and well, maybe the word dominate may not even be proper, but to really become consciously aware of what's happening in the market and really become a product of the product so that he can lead all of you with the right principles and integrity. And I think, that's something that is so commendable. And I think that's something you guys should model off of. Look, I love people. I love network marketing. It is, guys, when you really understand residual income and really understand what it feels like to get paid every single Friday, whether your foot is all the way on the pedal or not, and the more you put on the pedal, the more income you can make. And when you really get that, and then you have, 6 figures a year, turn to 6 figures a month, turn to 6 figures a week. And I don't say this to impose myself or brag, and results are not typical. I'm just telling you, it's damn near numbing and incredible to know that you built it with the right principles and that it's not falling apart and that you have never deranked in your career. And those things are beautiful. And I want you guys to feel those same things. So I ask you, when you go out and you start doing meetings and you're building, really listen to people's stories. And, you don't have to be a psychiatrist, a therapist, because people will try to, tell you their whole life story. And everybody has trials and tribulations, and it's tough sometimes, because people, see network marketing as a way out, and they see you as Dr. Phil, but we do our best to really pour into people and understand and give them that vehicle. And so I think the best way you can become successful is by, finding a great purpose, finding a purpose that's a little bit bigger than the money. Look, everybody wants money. People that tell you they're not after money, they're lying to you. People that tell me that money is evil, they're lying to you. Money is amazing if you do the right things with the money. Right? If you have the right intentions for what you're going to do when you make money. If you take advantage of people to make money, that's a terrible thing. But again, karma's real, comes back like a boomerang, and it'll hit you a lot harder than you sent it, for sure. So, really think about the purpose and the why and the reason why you want to be successful, the reason why you want to make this work, the reason why, IML is important to you. And it's funny, but when you stop pressing and you stop hunting and you stop, going so hard for your own goals, and you flip that and you literally start focusing on everybody else, look, let me grab some names off here. So, Gabriel, what's your goal? Rich, what's your goal? Curtis, what's your goal? Mandy, what's your goal? Richard, what's your goal? When you start going into everybody else and putting some focus on your customers and really helping them get a result. I don't care if we have the best tools, the best TV, the best this, the best that. If you literally just sign people up and point them, here's this, here's that, here's this, here's that, and you expect them to win, you got to rethink that. You got to switch that paradigm. You should act as if you're their tour guide, right? You should act as if you're the concierge, because that's what we are. If you expect to build a residual income that is stable, remember that you're standing on the shoulders of giants, right? Those giants are your customers. You're being held up by the bricks in your organization. If I was a selfish person, I would not be on a call at 11:41 p.m. when I have a 7 a.m. flight to go from one event to another, because tomorrow 6 figures hits my bank account, and then the next week 6 figure hits my bank account. And honestly, I could just turn my computer off and IML is going to continue to grow whether I'm building like this or not. But I understand that it's the people that hold that together. It's the people that next generation. You guys are the next wave in iMarkets Live. You guys are exciting. It's exciting for me to be on a call with 15, 20 people and know that, Cal has become such a good, young, polished, up-and-coming leader in our organization. It's exciting to me to push Cal aside, not in the nicest way possible, and understand, okay, inside of Cal's group, who's next? Inside of Cal's group, who's brewing? Inside of Cal's group, who's that up-and-comer? It's exciting to push you aside in 3 months and say, okay, who in your group is that up-and-comer? Because if you guys are always promoting new leaders, the momentum will never stop. If you're always promoting the same leader, the momentum will never start. And so just understand that what you do is really not about you. I have seen the uglier side of the industry where, leaders catch this ridiculous ego and make everything about themselves and, get scared to lose it all. And sometimes the fear of losing everything makes people all twisted and concerned, and they start doing things out of ego and fear. And I never operate out of fear. I operate out of faith. I operate out of abundance and not scarcity. And I really encourage you guys to start understanding your own thought processes, because you may want to win at the deepest, most psychological, subconscious and conscious level. But, there's certain things, well, really at a conscious level, and there's certain things in your subconscious that may be holding you back. And it could be the fear of success. And it could be the fear of failure. And it could be a fear of both. It could be what's holding you back from going all in. What's holding you back from hitting, Plat 600, Plat 1000. What's holding you back from getting back into the trading market, because you may have started trading already. You may have lost some trades. You may have taken, 2-3 swipe trades that were a loss, or, 2-3 trades off IML TV that didn't go in your favor, or 2-3 trades on your own where you forgot to put a stop loss. And you may feel like, damn, I can't lose more money. Or you may fear making money. More people have a fear of success than have a fear of failure. Most people will not go to a meeting or show up to a webinar or get on a call with a mentor because in their mind, they can't conceive being successful. Like if you've never made $1 million, you may be intimidated by somebody who's made $1 million who may give you that $1 million advice. And some people deter from that. Some people won't go to a meeting because so-and-so's there and he's making 10 grand a month because they've never made 10 grand a month. And so understand that the fears sometimes are what really holds you back from going all in. And I believe that if you find a very great purpose, a very strong purpose, a deep why, a really good reason why you're doing the business, it'll push you past those fears into an action state, right? Even the things that I'm scared of, I blow through it because my goals are so much bigger than, these little temporary things like speaking in front of 4,000 people, because I want to speak in front of 100,000 people. So if I want to speak in front of 100,000, four is like an appetizer. 4 is like taking one chip and putting it in the queso. We're just getting started, And so I think you have to create this warrior champion, hardcore mentality for your success, and just understand that the ROI, I'll end it with this. The ROI on your activities sometimes has a delay. The return on your investment sometimes will not come. Guys, I went, and it'll probably never get this extreme because I'm a very extreme person, but I literally have no fear of failing. I just always figure it out. I'm a very strategic person. And so I had credit cards when I first got into network marketing, and I don't try this at home, But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And I got credit cards, and I was, making network marketing work, and I'm paying my auto ship, and I'm paying other people's auto ships, and I'm helping this guy and paying for this meal and flying here and going to this event and paying for this hotel. And 2 years into the industry, I found myself, $25,000 in credit card debt from network marketing. And I understood that the ROI would eventually be astronomical. I would laugh sometimes because, yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking, like, damn, what now? I'm running out of space. But I would sometimes laugh at the fact, like, dude, I'm going to make 25 grand a day, and I'm going to pay my credit cards off in one shot. And now I literally have no debt. I paid all my credit cards off and everything, and it's a phenomenal feeling when you go from one extreme to the other. But it takes a very particular person. Like, I have an extreme amount of vision, extreme amount of patience. I don't live just in the emotions of today, because everything in life is temporary. Your emotions are temporary. What you're feeling right now is temporary. Maybe some of you guys out there are going through a very rough time right now. Maybe there's something in your family, or, maybe when you get off this call, you got to go finish an argument with your girlfriend or boyfriend, or, just like me, I have to go get off this call in a few minutes and go handle a cross recruiting situation. But I don't let the emotion of today, I'm not letting that situation drag me down from giving you guys an amazing insight, amazing training, amazing wisdom. And you have to remain composed at all times. There were times where right before a meeting, a massive meeting, I found out that my aunt had cancer. And I went up, and most people would have been shook and down. And I didn't let the emotion of today take away from my vision. I got up there and I did what I had to do. And I really believe that part of being a great leader is putting on a game face, not giving into your emotions, not giving into your distractions, because a lot of things in life are temporary, my friends. A lot of things that we go through are temporary. A lot of money situations are temporary, whether it's good or bad. I'm humble enough to realize that there may be a time where I go bankrupt. Obviously, I'm going to do my best to let that happen. And I have nearly 7 figures in the bank, which is crazy. Results not typical, results not guaranteed. But I'm humble enough to prepare myself for the worst, but work my butt off for the best, so I can never lose that lifestyle. And I think if you guys can become mature with your thought processes, and when I say that, I mean it from the most humble place ever. I'm being real with you guys right now, because I could get on here and tell you that, yeah, I have a beautiful Rolex and an apartment on the beach, and, life is great, and go get a car and recruit everybody and go ham. But I've never done leadership that way. I've never built network marketing that way, because to me, the industry is precious. And when we only lead with the great things and we're not real about the fact that reality is reality, everything is temporary, And so I hope that, tonight you guys were able to, get another understanding, another angle. And I'm more than excited to have you guys in our organization. I'm more than excited to see really where you guys will be in the next 90 days, little seed there. Because again, everything that you do, everything that you learn, you apply. And when you learn, you apply, results appear. It's just the way that it works. There's not enough leaders in today's world. I mean, if you look at our political situation, I hate talking politics, but it's just living proof that, there's really not an abundance of leadership. When we have to look at 2 presidential candidates and go like this, that's not a good sign. Right? When you literally have to go, who's the less of 2 criminals, and then you pick the representative of your country, we know that there's flaws in the way that people think and the way that leadership is derived. And I believe network marketing is a bubble, and all the really good people and all the genuine people and all the people that understand money and life and freedom are in network marketing, and everybody else just hasn't been pitched or approached the right way yet. So it's our job to really go out and show people not just IML, not just Forex. Guys, it's bigger than that. It's really an opportunity to get around great people, to think abundantly, to get control of your life and your future again. And I think, you guys being one of the newer groups, a new wave, a lot of great leaders. I really think that once you understand the big picture, it's game over. So that's really what I want to talk about tonight. I got to go jump off, and number one, I got to pack, early flight, take care of a couple of things. But I'm glad that we got to spend some time together tonight, guys. And Cal, thank you for inviting me here. Doug, Faustin, I appreciate you guys always.
Thank you.
As you know. But hey, let's crush it. More than happy. I'll be back in Miami on the 16th. I'm moving into a new apartment. I'm extremely excited because I have my own little, space, and I'm going to really focus on staying home and just doing a lot of webinars. So I would love to maybe in about 2 weeks from now or so, once I'm settled in, to do another launch webinar, Cal, with you. You guys can exclusively invite, guests. I'm here, leverage me, and use that as a way to get prospects, really excited and grinding. But in the meantime, guys, continue to work hard. I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome, guys.
Okay. All right, you guys have a good one. Thank you guys for hopping on. Last thing I kind of want to go over is, Faustin, do you got anything you want to kind of bring up while we still got everybody on the
yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I did. I was really eager to say something. I mean, fact of the matter is a couple things, guys. I mean, first thing, gratitude. I just want to thank every single one of you guys. I know we do this, and you guys, if you've been in the industry, you understand this is generally how we start the call and how we end the call properly. It's with gratitude. I want to thank you guys for taking the time tonight to jump on this, okay? Taking the time to respect yourself enough to educate yourself and really to allow the leadership to pour into you. Like, bottom line, we care. We care. We really do want to see you guys succeed. And bottom line, if there's anything that you guys need help with, feel free to reach out. Look, wisdom's out there. Divine intervention's out there. And if we trust, look, I'm not trying to impose my faith on you. I'm just going to say this. We got to trust the higher power. We got to trust fate to guide us in the right direction with this. Jay was talking about expanding our visions and talking about the importance of, just really just attacking those fears head on. Because a lot of people don't share this because they're afraid, because they're too selfish to realize that their lack of courage and being confident enough to share this is actually affecting the people they love the most. And really think about that. Your lack of courage to share this with people is really affecting people because you're too selfish. And that's not meant to be, said in a, what's the word? I'm not saying that to manipulate, persuade you, bottom line. I'm saying that because it's the truth. When we understand the fact of the matter is that, look, our society is going through a weird time right now. Everything is collapsing from the stock market to the US dollar outside of today. The dollar's gone up a little bit, thank God for that. But, everything around us is going through some weird times. And people genuinely need this industry. People genuinely need the service. And we genuinely have an ability to serve them with it. So if you go in with a servant mentality instead of a serpent mentality, if you go in with the intent to genuinely just share this with people without trying to force them to sell, people don't like to be sold, but they love to buy. If we share the opportunity with them in that aspect, inevitably they're going to make the right decision. So I guess point being is this, guys, if there's anything that the leadership can do to add value to you guys in ways that you have not yet experienced, let us know. We're a brand new team, as Jay's been saying. There's a lot of fresh puppies in this trying to become wolves, and inevitably that's going to happen. But iron sharpens iron. We are as strong as our weakest link and vice versa. So, perspective is important. I always close my previous calls. I've been in the industry for a good while. I'm not going to talk about that. But point being is, I always try to close calls by not forcing my opinions on you, but asking for your insight. Give the leadership guidance so that we can add value in the ways that you genuinely need. Okay, I keep using that word on purpose. So outside of that, I appreciate you guys. I definitely don't want to push any hype train on you. So if there's anything y'all need, throw some questions out there. If not, obviously you have the group chats and things like that. Let's get people on these calls. Let's make sure we're educating people on the day-to-day basis. Focus on building out organization. I'll close at this point. Focus on building out organization for yourselves on a daily basis, okay? Even if we believe we have limitations when it comes to time, when it comes to money or whatever it may be, like Jay says, look, our excuses are our limitations. They aren't our realities, So if you have limitations, write them down and take a pen and paper and describe who that impossible version of yourself is and what would need to be done to make that impossible version of yourself possible. Then allow yourself to realize that those steps could be taken. You just need to stop being afraid to take them, and we'll make moves. So God bless, guys. I again, I appreciate every single one of you for jumping on. Cal, thanks for having me. And I look forward to operating with every single one of you in the time to come. Cheers.
Cool. Thanks for that, bro. Last thing I kind of just want to touch up right before we get off the call, while we still got a good amount of us on here. What I really want to show you guys is like something that that I'm really big on when it comes to building, when it comes to this, is really kind of just leading from the front. And what I want to show you guys is how serious this is, right? Is literally a list and some more names. And I literally got like 5, like mad pages of names. It's 3 pages, 4 pages, 5 pages, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I just skipped a couple, but there's a lot of pages in here with a lot of names. And I show that not to impress you, but to impress upon you, is that I show you this not to hit a rank, right? The purpose of this is not to hit a rank. The purpose of this is to help as many people on this list that I possibly can. And in return, my bank account, my rank is all going to reflect how many people we possibly helped. So that's the goal that I want you guys to really look at when you guys are looking at your list, when you guys are seeing, when you guys are talking to people, is how am I going to add value to this person? How am I going to help this person? How are we really going to really get something super tight knit? And then the more people that you help, you guys hear it all the time, it's going to be a reflection of everything it is that you have. So with that, I just want to wrap up the call and thank you guys. I know you guys could be anywhere else. I said it was going to be 30 minutes. We're close to an hour. I appreciate you guys' patience within the first 10 minutes of letting us get on the call and getting everybody on here. So it was good talking to you guys, and we'll touch bases soon. So let's kill that blitz tomorrow. See you guys soon.